Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my goodness, yes. Let's see. Yes. Yes. Okay, we got it. We got everything? Yes, we do. Thank you for tuning into the Ktng Morning Show. And I am your host. That's right. But first, before we do anything, we're definitely going to have our morning prayer. So please join me. Hands open, people. It's the only way you receive them. Thank God for the first breath of the day. There's nothing is promised tomorrow, so enjoy it all day long with a smile. Help those who can't help themselves. Importantly, spare your enemies as much as possible before the batara and the kudo come through. Anyway, but most importantly, make sure that you are happy and let no one take your smile. Jesus Christ, we say these things. Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. In the 227th heir to the throne, His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie, Jah Rastafari. Welcome. Good morning, people. Good morning. This is the KTNG Show. That's right. This is your immaterial, your host with the most, who brings it from coast to coast. I don't care where you stand, because I have these great long hair. Ow, that's right. The cheeks fell to the I to the T to the Z, SD, all day from the top of the mountain all the way down underneath the 25 freeway. I am that freak on the peak, so if you allow me to open my mind, I shall speak. That's the keeper. Anyway, welcome to the KTG Morning Show. And I am here with DJ Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch all day long, baby. That's right. It is here that we are live in Colorado Springs early this morning, baby. That's right. Midwest station time at 7 o'clock in the morning, but yours truly is always on time. Never late. Okay? Even if I wake up with 4 minutes to go. Okay? Anyway, I want you guys to know that we are broadcasting live, simulcasting on Facebook and YouTube. Smash like and pound those buttons and so forth. And join the conversation. Say hello, good morning, anything you can do. All right. Currently, right now, it is about 23 degrees, and it'll be a high today of 62, and we will be at a low of 33 later on this evening. So there will be a dual broadcast at 9 o'clock, as we do know. Alrighty. Anyway, I do want to thank you guys for stopping by, and in the state news of the sea, I want to start with what the hell happened to my ass. Anyway, so same thing as always. Go to work, come home. Okay. That sort of thing. But, it was a pretty decent day, hanging out with some good people, traveling around and getting to know the city as much as I possibly can. So there's a lot of room out here, man. There's a lot of room to do things. But there's also a lot of room out here for stupid-ass crime. All right, come on. You go sit up and, shoot somebody, stab somebody, or rob a car, and they're not going nowhere. That is so ghetto. Okay? If you commit a crime, you do it 3 or 4 times out here and so forth, eventually you'll get caught. Doesn't take money. And then you got stupid ass people stabbing people and so forth over what? Come on, sister. Come on. Tamika King, you was an idiot. Straight freaking idiot. Alright? Maybe it was in self-defense. I don't know the details. But then again, it's you should never resort to violence. Use your words. If those words incite a riot and so forth, then so be it. But make sure it's for a good thing, because I love being in a good fight and I hate being in one that's made on bullshit. Okay? Anyway, let's get this show on the road, people, because as you know, time waits for no one. And on this show, we don't wait for you or anybody else. I don't even wait for me. I can't even wait on me. How can I cook and serve and eat? I don't get it. I can't even leave myself a tip. Anyway, so join the conversation here. As we do know, we all love our, beleaguered country, but we don't like the people that are running it. And the Republicans themselves have a state of I think he said this, I can't recall, and oh, come on, man, stop with the motorboat bullshit, all right? Stop with the Republican bullshit of like, I don't know, we're trying to cover for this asshole. This motherfucker's just making it difficult for all of us to get along with this ass. But I need my job. So job security is an issue, isn't it right? This is shitgate, okay? Shitgate. Okay, first they say, well, he said shithole, then they say he didn't say shithole, but then some Washington Post jackass says, no, it was shit house. Okay, ass house. Complete for the bloatus POTUS. All right, but a show of hands, how many want to like just seriously want to kill this jackass? Okay, straight up. Oh, come on, man. I mean, it's a thought, it's an ideal, and we can actually get away with it. We can actually get away with it if you have more than multiple people with guns pointing at this jackass. Okay, but as it seems, you know, America is basically all tied up with the okay, Fox News is trying to like, you know, make a basis for this jackass and say, oh, it's okay, he's not a racist, he's just saying what everybody says in bars and so forth. Okay, well, if you hang out in those redneck bars, and guess what? You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Okay? You guys put this jackass in, and now this is what you got. Some 71-year-old idiot, okay, who says, I'm the least racist person you will ever interview. Yeah, if the Ku Klux Klan channel was interviewing you, yes, of course. Your supporters. Cheapers, creepers. Anyway, let's get on with the rest of this world and see what's ticking and clicking. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Okay, so let's start with, you know, today in history, so this way you guys will get an idea of how we run this show. So let's see, 1945, Red Army liberates Krakow. Okay, the Red Army frees the city of Krakow from Nazi rule and liberates Krakow. So the Red Army did something good against fascism. This is a mobilization, people. This is how you stop fascism. Okay, and in 1990, this is all the same day. Okay, it's all in the same day. Marion Barry is arrested in a sting operation by FBI. The mayor was arrested and charged with drug possession and a use of a crack and crystalline form of cocaine, which is what else? Brains! How low can you go? Straight up. I mean, I mean, if you did not see the video of how he was caught, so he was like, straight up. Okay, so that was kind of nasty. Let's see what else happened in history. 1993, Martin Luther King Jr. holiday observed for the first time ever. Okay, and it was done and observed in all 50 states. And needless to say, Arizona was, you know, reluctant. You know, by the time I get to Arizona, the whole state's racist and all that crap. You know what I'm saying? And let's see what we got. Also, the 2011, the first director of Peace Corps passes away. Robert Sargent Shriver, the president and the driving force behind the Peace Corps, passes away. So, you know, Peace Corps is like a pretty decent operation, and they go into like foreign countries and, you know, provide aid, education, food, you know, immunization and so forth, until they become a little bit stickier when they're going into like, you know, African countries that are based like, you know, rife with, you know, plague. And of course, the insistence of our industrial nations to pollute the national oceans that we do travel from time to time with plastic and everything else. So we are the ones that are causing a lot of the main diseases. Our industrial nations are committing human rights violations of health. And unless we decide to clean up this planet, many children will be born with diseases and the maladies and deformities, all because of our, you know, constant, you know, refusal behind stuff. Okay, we do shit and then we deny shit. But lately, this has just been nothing but systematic denial. Systematic denial, people, is that you think you can, okay, cool. You know, we can, you know, just do what we want and not tell anybody, or hopefully nobody will discover what the hell we're doing, that sort of thing. Well, here it is, people. As a part of the shitgate, Trump administration bars Haitians from U.S. visas for low-skilled work. Slavery. That's all. Their main reason for that is they said that in the House of Representatives Bill 1607, isn't that a funny date? Is that they abuse the system and yada yada yada. Okay, well, nobody says anything about the white nations that continuously been doing it. Okay, They've been doing it. And when they get here and so forth, they get caught later on. Or they fly so low under the radar, it's almost ridiculous. As it goes, Reuters, about 9 hours ago, Haitians will no longer be eligible for U.S. visas given to low-skilled workers. The Cheeseburger administration said on Wednesday, bringing to an end to a small-scale effort to employ Haitians in the United States after a catastrophic 2010 earthquake. So in other words, you guys came here as refugees, and then all of a sudden you got booted. Okay, it's all about making America great white shark. Never mind. Department of Homeland Security announced that change after cheeseburgers reportedly questioned in the Oval Office meeting why the United States would want immigrants from Haiti and African nations, referring to them as shithole countries. I thought it was shithouse. So these guys are sitting in there saying, oh wow, it's not a shithole. Hey, we got a shit roof over our shit house. So I'm pretty sure they're acknowledging that right about now, right? Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you guys this. Do you take sugar with your coffee? Okay, because that is done by exploited child labor. Okay, exploited child labor from our major sugar producing, chemically induced sugar and chemicals that we get from Haiti, that we get from every place else. There's a lot of sugarcane fields in Haiti that basically were not destroyed, and we're still continuing to get that sugar from them. So if we're employing child labor and so forth, aren't we responsible for child slavery? Of course we are. But since it's low-skilled work, they can't come back and they can't stay here. Okay? Straight up. So, let's see. It just said in a regulatory filing that it was removing Haiti from the list of more than 80 countries whose citizens can be granted H-2A and H-2B visas given to seasonal workers in agriculture and other industries. It cited that what it said were high levels of fraud and abuse. High levels of fraud and abuse, right? Okay. Let me tell you something about high levels of fraud and abuse, all right? First and foremost, the collusion that happened to get the Electoral College to vote unanimously for Cheeseburger to be president and so forth, that's abuse. That's fraud, okay? There's no sense in this shit, okay? That is why he lost the popular vote, thinking that everybody said, how can I lose the popular vote? You're a racist. You can sit up and see one color green, which is money all the damn time, but you can't see nobody else. Just like you and Homeboy and whatnot with the Star Kiss thing, okay? In the bowl of Star Kiss, you got your little bromance going on and whatnot. And it's almost indicative of how you want the rest of America to resemble you. Okay? Straight up. Okay, DT, let me tell you something, okay? First and foremost, your father was a slumlord, you're a slumlord, and many places around the world are starting to take your name off of your fucking buildings, alright? So, if anything, I would say that the Haitians are getting a raw deal on this, just like the Mexicans, just like anybody else and so forth, that is not native to this doggone country. You came here because we accepted refugees under the Obama administration, and now look what we got. We got somebody who's really kick them out. Okay, we got to work out them, kick them out, don't pay them. Okay? That's corporate. That's corporate. Okay? The 71-year-old grandpa strikes the fuck again. But then again, this is his, he said it himself. He called the White House a deplorable freaking place. He didn't like it. Okay? So, if we're in a shithole nation and you're sitting in the shit house, guess what? It makes you the ultimate shitter. Okay? Straight up and down. Just a few dozen Haitians enter the United States on visas each year. A few dozen. That could be like 24 to 36 people. Okay, each year, since they were given permission to do so in 2012 by the Obama administration, okay? 65 Haitians entered the United States on H-2A visas given for agricultural work in the 2016 fiscal year, according to the DHS data, and 54 Haitians were granted H-2A visas by the State Department between March and November of 2017. The number of Haitians entering in 2016 in H-2B visas, which are for non-agricultural work, was more than zero, but too low to report, according to DHS. So if you got a handful of people, and because they are, they're trying to contribute to the society and work, and they're still trying to rebuild what's left of Haiti after that earthquake, I say our humanitarian outlook on life and so forth, but make sure you send me back with $1 million so I can laugh at you. And then another thing about it. How in the hell? Okay, how in the hell can we sit there and call Africa a shit house or shithole country? Okay, when for fact you wouldn't have the elements, you wouldn't have the raw elements or the natural resources in the United States or anywhere else in that world if it was not for Africa. You would not have your religion if it were not for Africa. You would not have your universities, your schools, nothing without Africa. You wouldn't even have, I don't care if you are a white supremacist or whatever and so forth, you do have black blood. Yeah. But your melanin just describes you as everything else. Look it up in Deuteronomy, people. Anyway, supporters of the visa say they gave Haitians a rare opportunity to work legally in the United States, contribute to the U.S. economy, and help fund the recovery of Haiti after the earthquake, which killed more than 200,000 people. You know, they're just cutting off the most economically beneficial visa for the Haitian people, said Sarah Williamson, founder of PPTP Consulting, a Virginia-based consultancy that ran a pilot program to bring Haitians to the United States on visas. Even though not many people have been able to avail themselves of it, it's been hugely transformational for those who have participated. So in other words, catch as catch can. We want you here, but we just want a few of you here. We already got enough blacks in prison. I mean, come on, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's pretty much it. And so you marginalized a bunch of people in labor, okay, and thinking that that was enough to not only pay their bills for living here, get a car, and try and enjoy some sort of American life and show them what, extended gratitude and friendship democracy can bring, okay, for equality, okay, for anybody, then you just take the rug from underneath them and say, fuck you. So, needless to say, that Statue of Liberty that sits in New York Harbor is a lying bitch. Okay? Straight up and down. So, if anything, you guys need to change that shit from, the Republic of Haiti to, just Haiti, say, fuck you, Trump. Okay? Straight up and down. So, if anything, this is this big genocidal sweep across the land to get rid of undesirable people. Okay, who are people of color, who are also, say, trying to escape like persecution, natural disasters, drugs and gang warfare and so forth, from El Salvador to Guam to everything else and everything in between. It's kind of a sad state of affairs when the United States can say we can put up an invisible wall and let only white nations in. I'm sorry, but in the future, I may not be here, but I can tell you this much: there'll be, it is just straight up as Public Enemy once said, fear of a black planet. Okay, it was black before all this crap started, and it will be black again by the end of it. Seriously, man. Think of global warming gone bad. Okay, all right. So, and speaking of bad, okay, got another one here from CNN. White supremacists responsible for most extremist killings in 2017. The Anti-Defamation League basically reports. So 11 hours ago, this was reported. Says that white supremacists were responsible for the majority of extremist killings in 2017 compared to other groups, according to a newly released report by the Anti-Defamation League. The 34 people the League's Center for Extremism found were killers by domestic extremists last year. Right-wing extremists killed 20 people, with 18 of those killed by white supremacists. It said in a report released Wednesday, extremism in any form is an issue. Foreign-born, politically minded extremism or radically focused extremism. What the data tells us is that in the past 10 plus years, it is the far right-wing extremism, white racists, and their ilk that are responsible for more extremist-related murders than any other group. So you mean to tell me we can call this extremism, okay? But we can't call this terrorism. Okay? It's only terrorism if you're a person of color. But if you're gunning down people in the church, if you're gunning down people, say, in schools, if you are gunning down people at concerts in Vegas, you're labeled an extremist. You're labeled, simply a shooter. You're labeled a less heavier definition of terrorism. But the minute somebody says, oh, I'm going to go to a Muslim church, now you're branded. Okay, you're branded. Okay, you're branded a terrorist. Okay. Last year was the 5th deadliest for extremist violence. I'm just gonna stop that and call it terrorism. Okay, white terrorism as it was since 1970 when the ADL began tracking these types of crimes. Concretely, quote unquote, it confirms extremists feel emboldened with a certain environment. Right-wing extremists in particular are responsible for nearly 60% of extremist-related fatalities last year. Mr. Greenblatt said that the data lays bare that it is not an exaggeration, as some would like to paint it. Why don't you just call these white devils terrorists? Stop beating around the bush. Stop trying to hide behind every other freaking label that says, okay, well, they're not that bad, No, that is not going to buy you a ticket to heaven. I'm sorry. You're straight going to hell, and you're going to be surrounded by black-faced demons all the damn time. So freaking what? Okay. The ADL reports including killings that have not yet gone through the legal system. Some of those shook American consciousness, including the deaths of Heather Heyer and Charlottesville, Virginia, and Ricky John Best, and Taylorson Midran, Namkai Michi in May in Portland, Oregon. Okay? Now, with Heather Heyer and so forth, of course, needless to say, Heather 32 died after a car plowed into a crowd of protesters. Okay? We have doctors, we have lawyers. And these doctors and lawyers are so far-fetched from the inner city that they don't even come down and even ask us what we want. Okay? Lawyers, politicians, you guys are so stuffed up your ass with your freaking money because you got the education to do it. You ain't trying to do shit. All right? I call you out. I call you the fuck out on this one. All right? So, if anything, we look at this. I look at this as a complete, selling out of not only where you come from, but why you ignore it. Okay. Now, granted, of course, there are some people in the ghettos and some people in the slums and some people who are just completely ignorant behind, booze, weed, and all kinds of, immoral bullshit that they can't see beyond their fucking nose. Okay, and y'all know who I'm talking about. Anyway, say for example, okay, and it's been down since then. But then again, one of the things about it's kind of sad that in order to get an explanation for any of it, we're going to continue to label people of color as terrorists, spongers, whatever, what have you. We can't look at people as human beings, and that's the problem. That's the problem. We cannot look at people as human beings. On the whole, the Republican Party cannot look at people as human beings. They see them as numbers. They see them as money. They also see them as enforced labor. That, you should have a collar on them, a shock collar on them, and a leash. Sorry, I'm nobody's dog. You shouldn't be nobody's pet either. Okay? That's the problem. That's the problem. We let this shit go on all damn day long. And good little tap dancers and good little showmen, we sit up and we do nothing. Well, I give props to Colin Kaepernick for taking the knee, for starting that. He should be Times Man of the Year, because it's obvious to me, it should be obvious to every last one of you people of color out there that, yes, we're human beings. We should be treated like human beings. If we're not treated like human beings and we got to use the justice system to get our rights, we'll go that route. But if our rights are continuously purged from us through vote, through legislation, through lobby, okay, until it reaches the Supreme Court and presidency, sure, we got some like-minded individuals out there, but let's look at this on the whole, okay? It's only a few, right? But there is a lot that will want you dead, okay? Straight up and down. That's just basically how that shit rolls, okay? So even in that respect and so forth, if we're seeing it here firsthand basis, what do you think the rest of the world is looking at? Join the conversation, people. Come on. Let's see what your answers are for this one, okay? Do we earn our respect from the rest of the world, or do we try to demand our respect from the rest of the world? Okay. Well, let's take a look at this article here before I go to break. All right. World respect for U.S. drops sharply under cheeseburger. Okay. So here it is. Newsweek about 16 minutes ago. Administration's global image has dropped to an all-time low. The first year of the cheeseburger's administration, falling below where it stood during the presidencies of Barack Obama and George Bush, according to the Gallup poll. The perception of U.S. leadership abroad since cheeseburger took office has fallen 18 percentage points from the median of 48% approval rating it held when Obama left office. 48. Okay, if this jackass, okay, this jackass of a president is still hovering at 38%, he's not that freaking great, all right? He's held 38 to 39% the whole time. He could not break 48%, even if he tried to pay them off. Okay, so these were published based on a Gallup World poll surveys that 134 countries whose leadership approval fell 10% and or more. Okay, so nearly matching all of the fall of approval. That means that the numbers vaulted Germany over U.S., replacing it as the top-rated global power. Ooh. And Germany's being ran by a woman right now, right? Oh, so let's look at this. Hitler is rolling in his grave in both directions. All right. Okay, that's serious. In comparison to that, approval rose in just 4 countries, including Liberia, Macedonia, Israel, and Belarus. Overall, global approval of the cheeseburger's leadership is now 4% lower than where it stood when George Bush Jr., or George Bush, put it that way, left office after the costly wars of Iraq and Afghanistan in the wake of the 9/11 terrorist attacks, which were all CIA funded. Come on, man. And the global financial crisis sparked the American financial institutions. Gallup began tracking the measurements in 2007, so these numbers don't brace back to recent presidents such as Bill Clinton and George Bush Sr. Okay? Oh, boy. Okay, like it or lump it, that's where your cheeseburger is basically giving everybody. If you don't like me, I don't care. If you like me, I don't care. As long as I get to do what I freaking want to do and try and make this country great the way I see it. Okay, we're giving basically this invalid, okay, this fat ass invalid, a free ride to do whatever the hell he wants to fulfill the destinies and the support of the white racist regime that actually supports him. Okay, I'm talking about every white supremacist, every white nationalist, and every sectarian religion and so forth that vouches for this jackass. Okay, seriously, think about it, people. Think about it. If this is going to be, if this is going to be the norm and so forth, this country is in very, very close proximity of getting its ass kicked by one small place called North Korea. Already there have been threats of bomb scares and everything else and whatnot, and it just behooves me to sit there and say, we asked for this shit. We did. It was just a matter of time before we let the devil in the White House. Y'all see the Antichrist doing what he's doing. Okay? And so there are like-minded individuals who are sitting and saying, no, we're all Americans. If we're going to be all Americans, then act like it. Then act like it. Have the representation of the people in your heart, so this way you represent their best values. Not just a small clique of asshole, redneck, white motherfuckers who don't give a damn about anything else but themselves. And they're going to try and smooth it over like it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. Not at all. Not at all. Okay? So in that sense, we are really in trouble. We are really in trouble here. Okay? All right, right now we are at the halfway point here. This is Ktng 860am.org, and I want to show you guys this on YouTube and so forth so y'all can see what's going on. There we go. That's right. DJ Sucker Punch is in the house. He's, his favorite word, save your nuts. Okay. Alrighty. And of course, like, subscribe, and follow us through 2018. We are your alternative source for opinionated news. Okay. And I'm only saying what people are thinking, okay? And I'm only saying what people feel, okay? And if you feel in your heart that, you know, it's coming, you got nothing to do with it, and it doesn't affect you, you're a freaking lie. Throw a rock in a still lake and watch the ripples come back to you, okay? Us got Kung Fu Saturdays from 8 to 12, and then on Sundays we're going to do like jazz and gospel music, so that way. Because that was the complaint out here. There's no gospel music. Okay, it's just like, you know, hymns and that. But some people ask for gospel music, and I guess they're like doing what they can to, you know, just get around it. It's just a terrible thing. It's just a terrible, terrible thing. Anyway, the fact that the point I'm trying to make here is that while shitgate is still on, there's going to be, I mean, this is the first time I've heard, like, you know, announcers just basically use foul language altogether. Because why? Your president uses it, so it's okay to do it, right? That's most the childish, asinine, you know, realm of logic I've ever seen in my freaking life. Okay, it really is. It really is. If you guys in White House, it's truly white, but it is a shitty little White House. Okay, all right. Okay, how about this? Let's just break into the song. He's a shit house. He's whitey. He's kicking everybody out. He's a shit house. He's whitey. He don't want you here at all. Face to face. With a former CIA officer in 2013, federal agents took a calculated risk. They did not confront him about the classified information they had found in his luggage, and they did not ask what they most wanted to know, whether he was a spy for China. Okay. I'm going to say this once, and I hope you guys get this. China's going to wind up taking over Hollywood. All right? Burn, Hollywood, burn. I smell a riot going on. Anyway. The FBI could have arrested him on the spot for possessing classified information, but inside a secretive government task force, investigators argued against it, former American officials recalled. If Mr. Lee were turned to arresting him on unrelated charges, would tip off the Chinese and allow them to cover their tracks. If he was not the mole, and some argue strenuously that he was not, an arrest might allow the real traitor to escape. Okay, indecision, people. Indecision. You have indecision going on one end of the government. You got decision-making parameters that don't make no damn sense on the other. Okay? Nearly 5 years later, so wait a minute, so the FBI allowed Mr. Lee to return to Hong Kong. Court papers show where he hastily resettled with his family. The agents working out of their office in Northern Virginia, this is where you find the farm, all those nice little agencies and so forth, gambled that by watching patiently, they might piece together how China was had decimated the United States spy network and determined whether Mr. Lee had help. Okay. If we're so worried, okay, let me ask you guys this. If we are so worried, okay, if we are so worried about, you know, letting people of color in, then why do we have, you know, we're so afraid of, like, you know, people coming from shithouse countries, and we're so available for that distraction? Then how is it that, you know, China is able to look at us and say, you guys are so freaking distracted on it? They saw the distraction, you know, they came in, got what they want, and left. And the CIA and the FBI did nothing. Okay? They did nothing. Here's a person of color who basically just ransacked the top offices of the government administration. And there was nothing anybody could do about it. Nothing. And we let the guy go, right? But let's say, like, you or me try to go and get away with robbing like a 7-Eleven. We'll get caught, sent to jail, or prison for that matter, and then be, you know, pay our debt to society, and then, you know, live in ramshackles for the rest of our lives, right? Sure. But when it comes to, say, like a person of color that goes to the CIA and rips them off of their own information, okay, it says a lot. And besides, you know, most of the FBI agents, CIA interns and so forth are finding those jobs very strenuously boring. So it's easy to let stuff fly out of there. It is. It really is. And that's the sad part about it. That's the sad part. We are so busy micromanaging people of color in this country, we can't even see how an educated person, okay, an educated government-trained person can ramshot all through our government's highest agencies. Checks and balances, people. Checks and balances. All right. So while we're sitting up here trying to make America, you know, the last great white hope of the century, I find it very indicative. I find it not only that, and not only do I find it indicative, I find it stupid. I find it really, really stupid on how people actually, go for the lowest common denominator. Okay, I'm sorry, but as a matter of fact, I take that back. I'm not sorry. If you are poor, you are a poor excuse for a distraction. If you are rich, you are causing the majority of the distraction. See what I'm saying here? Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay? We need to change our ideology of how we, attempt to not only write our lives, but also how we can change the government. When the government is in control of the people, they do it out of fear. But if the people learn to take control of the government and start, not just demanding in letter, not demanding in rights or anything like that, it should be the part where they're able to say, you know what, we're tired of this. We're tired of this. If we don't demand better of our senators, we don't demand better of our legislative body in any court whatsoever, we are going to get continuously stepped on. Our rights of privacy are going to be taken away from us slowly but surely, to the point where the government has complete control over your children. And if that happens, you will have nothing but autonomy, an autonomous income of slavery. That's all. And guess again, who's going to be sitting on your shoulders, reaping the benefits? Any kingdom or empire that is built on the backs of slaves never stands forever. It never does. Okay? It never does. Okay? So I don't know where you guys are getting, your sentimentality from, but it's ill-placed. It's misplaced directly behind all of the garbage, and I'm serious, behind all of that garbage that you feel makes you American. So Mr. Lee gets away with this and nobody says nothing. Okay? Anyway, for that pattern of misconduct, the CIA, had the decimation of its network handed to him in a paper bag. Okay, so last year, current and former government officials who were not authorized to speak publicly about the investigation, several of them identified Mr. Lee as a key suspect at the time. Mr. 53 took an unremarkable path through the CIA. He became a United States citizen, and after 4 years in the Army, studied international business management at Hawaii Pacific University. He graduated in 1992 and received a master's degree in human resource management the next year. From there, he joined the CIA, posing as an American diplomat while serving as a clandestine case officer. From old address records, he appears to have served in Tokyo from about 1999 to 2002. Officials say he also worked at the East Asia Division at CIA headquarters and the agency's Beijing station before he left in 2007 and took a job in Hong Kong. When the CIA noticed in late 2010 that its spies were disappearing, suspicion did not immediately turn to Mr. Lee, according to the current and former officials. But as fears of a glow grew, the government set up a secret task force of CIA officers and FBI agents. A veteran FBI counterintelligence agent, Charles McGonigal, was assigned to run it, former American law enforcement officials said. As the disappearance continued, analysts conclude that Mr. Lee, even though he had been out of the CIA for years, had known the identities of many of those who had been killed or imprisoned. He showed all the indicators of a government matrix used to identify potential espionage threats, and therefore the man got in there, molded out, hemmed up everything, and a lot of the United States agents wound up either missing or dead. Bravo, cheeseburger administration. While you're so busy hunting down poor people and making them pay more for your stupid ideology of a damn wall, for your stupid ideology of shortchanging, the disenfranchised. You let this one dude come in and rip you guys a new asshole. All right? Not a shithole, but a new asshole. With very large corn. Okay? Very large corn. It's kind of sickening, man. It's really, really disgusting to the point of like saying, how in the hell could this actually happen? How could this have happened? How could this have happened? Okay? Well, of course, needless to say, you know, it's based upon misguided attempts to, you know, root out people of color from doing damage to a white society that bills itself as the ultimate incursion of like purity. I mean, the last time something like that happened was like during, say, like, you know, World War II or World War I, World War II, or World War I, wherever you want it. And the Jews will sit up and get mad if he makes fun of them at Auschwitz, but we can't make fun of them, but they can make fun of us in film, in radio, in music, all the arts and so forth, all freaking day long. You know what? Let me start this at a basic level so this way you guys can catch up. Go back and listen to the Rolling Stones song Brown Sugar. All it is nothing more than slavery. Come on, man. If you don't know poetry, if you don't know the succinctities of poetry, you will never learn anything. Okay? And so, with that approval and so forth, let us move forward to probably one of the most heinous things that is allowed, that is like, you know, allowed in this country. Facebook, you died on me. There you go. So, if anything, what people got to realize is that no matter how much inroad we make towards civil rights, how much human rights abuses, this not me hashtag, this hashtag me too, is bullshit. It is. It's nothing but a charge for feminist PR. And if it works so well, then how come I'm reading a story that says from the Washington Post posted up here like 8 hours ago? Okay? Let me tell you something, people. I'm not again. I love women, but I hate bitches. All right? And this bitch, she got hers. Okay? So she recorded herself making racial slurs on MLK Day. Her colleagues expelled her. How about hashtag me only? All right? How about that? Okay? So, college student who posted a video of her racist ranting on social media on Martin Luther King Day Jr. has expelled her from the University of Alabama School of State. Doesn't matter. It must be one of those Rudy Roy Moore supporters. Haley Barber, a 19-year-old freshman from Marlton, New Jersey. Marlton, New Jersey? Okay, which side of New Jersey are you sitting? Are you sitting on the Hoboken side? Or are you sitting on the wise guy side? Alright? Recently posted 2 videos to her Instagram, the secret secondary account many teenagers use to show their authentic, less polished selves. Far on you for that one. Of her spewing language that sparks outrage both on her campus and across the country as the videos went viral. Okay? She quotes unquote, okay, and you know, this ties into, Cheeseburger's ruling on how DACA is going to die by March. How, Mexican immigrants are going to get ICE raids and so forth. How sanctuary cities are going to be, get fined. How, people of African descent are looked at callously, okay, throughout the rest of the world. And so she goes, quote unquote, we don't waste water because the poor people in Syria, she says on her first video, standing in front of a bathroom sink. Quote, I love how I act like I love black people, she says, before using racial slurs. Okay, so therefore, the second video was posted on Monday in response to people who were upset by the language she used in the first. She threatened those who wanted to report her fake Instagram account to her sorority, Alpha Phi, for using racist language. She said she, quote unquote, doesn't care if it's Martin Luther King Day before repeating a racial slur more than half a dozen times. Okay? Now, hip-hop, you gotta take some responsibility before that. Okay, you do. If you're using the N-word constantly about your poor upbringing and not like saying, okay, how can we fight this injustice? And you let it slip in the music, It's because you don't care. And this is the end result of it. Okay? So, Barbara, who could not be immediately reached for a comment, apologized Wednesday in the New York Post and said she is preparing to return to New Jersey. Good. Take your cracker ass back to New Jersey, bitch. Alright? Just because you see the rebel flag doesn't give you the authority or the entitlement that you so-called think you do. Alright? She goes, quote, I did something really, really bad. She says in a telephone interview with the newspaper, I don't know what to do. I feel horrible. I'm wrong. And there's just no excuse for what I did. I feel sorry. I'm so bad. I'm so sorry. You know something? Bitch, you ain't getting a pass. You ain't getting a pass on this. Fuck you. Okay? The University of Alabama's President Stuart R. Bell said in a statement that the videos were quote unquote highly offensive and deeply hurtful, and said he was disgusted and disappointed by Barbara's actions. Oh, dude, you're hurt by this shit? You're disappointed by this shit? Okay, I tell you what, okay? Why don't you do something that will aid, why don't you and the school do something that will aid, like, the immigrants, okay? That will, you know, help the migrants, that will help Haiti, that will help Africa out of that shithole life that your prominent cheeseburger has put everybody in, okay? Quote, the actions of this student do not represent the larger student body or the values of our university, he wrote. We hold our students to a much higher standards, and we apologize to everyone who has seen the video and has been hurt by its hateful, ignorant, and offensive behavior. This is not who we are. But nobody does a psyche eval, okay? Nobody does a psychological eval or anything. Nope. We just hire the stupidest and craziest motherfuckers on the damn planet just to get the damn job done. And then we try to kick them off of SSIs to make them work. Ticking time bombs in freaking places that you know full well are going to wind up getting shot up. That to me is the most dumbest freaking thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. Okay? It is. It really is. But yet still we're trying to, like, you know, save, okay, we're trying to save so-called the greatest potential of America, okay? We really are. We're trying to save that shit. Okay? What is the potential of America? Okay? To make institutionalized racism and bigotry and hatred its mantra into, like, say, the 21st century? We are in the 21st century right about now, and I think 9 times out of 10, don't you think we should grow up from there and start acting like human beings? I'll give you one example. Okay, I'm out in the field, right? And people here in Colorado, they're nice. There's some really nice people and so forth, really, you know, interesting and really nice people and so forth. That basically white and black, brown and yellow, it doesn't matter. People, you know, they have manners and so forth. They do. They really do. And what I find interesting and so forth is that when I'm engaged with, like, when I watch, like, some of their children or anything like that, and I'm just interacting with them, you should see so much love and acceptance come from these 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds and so forth, who's like, oh wow, yeah, this guy, like, he's fun to play with. Because I was like, you know, I was doing a demonstration of the Kirby house cleaning system. That's what I do. I do Kirby house cleaning systems. I go, we have no commercials, so go figure. Let's see. Glenn Company, good morning. Tarsha Carey, good morning. David Taylor, good morning. Dr. Nigel Daring, good morning. I hope you're not freezing to death in Florida. Tina Hightower, long time no see. Where you been at, honey? Rasta Barnett, good morning. Sarah Rip, the giant. Okay, the giant and so forth. Yes, I see that picture. You are tall. Should be playing basketball or something. Alright, but anyway, let's see, who else we got here? Jay Quan from out of New Jersey, the Wreck-It Fiend, as I would call it. Malik the Freak, all the way out in Belgium. What's up, dude? I gotta get a hold of you. I got some news for you, man. Also, let's see, Universal Zulu Nation around the world, good morning. To my people in Sweden, Luke Jukes Rockers, please do not involve yourself with propaganda that says you will have your imminence to war is coming, okay? And most important, to all my individual partners and friends who have listened to the station, support all 496,000 of you worldwide. All right, we are global. We are what we are, but most importantly, we are what you represent. Your neighborhood, your conscience. You know, the voices of the many who have to speak to the few, and we are the voice of the voiceless here. So in other words, we hear, we watch, we see, and we project solutions. And the solution to our problems right then and there, people, is to take those who are basically, you know, their agnostic opinions about crap, and let them know that God plays no favorites, okay? He is just, he is merciful. Job basically gets you to where you gotta go, but if you got self-hatred on yourself and you're trying to project that on everybody else, guess what? You ain't going to heaven. Especially when you disavow him, the Almighty One, that you don't need to be forgiven for anything. Jaquana Mason, good morning. Coming late to the party again as usual. Let's see who we got going on here. Tamara, good morning. Memphis, good morning. Josh, good morning. Oh my goodness, who we got up here? Hi, the rapper, my man. Good morning. I need more. Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm gonna get a hold of like some of your music and so forth. Let's see. To my brother Prince, who had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. With your old ass. You still owe me $20, you bum. I gotta do it. Okay. And let's see. Montel Martinez, Jordan, Ebony, good morning. I know you guys are doing well out there in Cali. And let's see. Yukamatsuda, Japan, Domo Domo, good morning. My people in China, Ni hao, keep the spies, keep busting the CIA's ass. Oh, I love it. In South America, keep your oil and resources to yourself because the United States wants to come down there and take all your shit. And most importantly, let's not fall into the future premise of resource wars, which pits everybody in Armageddon. Oh yeah, make that change, people. Stop the ignorance, stop the idiocy, and most importantly, stop being led by your freaking nose into something that you really don't want to be in. I guarantee you, by the end of the year, man, we're going to be in some sort of conflict that's going to like cause concern. But we're going to support our military. Yeah. We're going to support our military. Yeah, we support the truth. We support the truth. Yeah, you support the more these wars become more unpatriotic and stupid, the worse it gets. All right, people, I'm out of here, but more importantly, I want you guys to have yourself a safe and beautiful day. It's going to be like around 59, 62 degrees out here in Colorado Springs. And, of course, our low tonight will be 33. So make sure you have a lot of popcorn, okay? This one goes out to, let's see, Goddess Mother Orisha, our favorite song, Gigantor, in the background. And, and most importantly, though, I do have to say good morning to everybody out in Charlottesville, Virginia. Also, good morning out to all people in New York as well as South Carolina. Let's see, South Carolina, Alabama,